Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on using comics for ESL classes. Now if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Now let's get on to it. We now live in a world of apps, tech, movie streaming services, and social media. But way before all these, there were just books, TV, radio, and then there were comics. Comics for me kind of jump-started my love for reading, drawing, art, and English in a way that no other medium really did. Well, what is it really about comics? Well, not only do comics explode with powerful, colorful visuals, interesting plots and characters that make them more engaging than any other literary media, but they also help develop reading skills to comprehend higher difficulty texts. So why comics for ESL classes? Well, first, it increases vocabulary retention by associating vocabulary and grammar with stories and images. It also allows for variations or flexible different options for class activities. And 3, it encourages task-based student-centered communication in teams or pairs. Among these suitable for ESL classes are the wordless or silent comic series such as Old Master Q, created by Hong Kong manhwa artist Alfonso Wong. But one of my favorites and quite a staple in my ESL classes is the Actions Speak Louder Than Words comic series by famous Spanish-Mexican cartoonist writer Sergio Aragones. Now, it's really up to you which type of comics would suit your purpose or activity, but here are my 7 ways to use comics for ESL classes. First on my list is straightforward storytelling or narration, which can be done as a writing or speaking activity. For this option, students form groups of 4 to 5 and tell the story within their group. The group then assigns a frame for each student to talk about and present to the whole class. And this also works for Zoom or online classes, or this could be assigned as a writing activity homework. For this activity, the comic story is cut into strips for each frame. This allows students to work together as they analyze the correct sequence or order of the separate frames. In the class activity, students arrange the strips in the correct sequence before telling the story to the class. Now, this is a great way to get the students moving and thinking while looking for the right puzzle pieces, as the class changes from a simple storytelling into a competitive search and puzzle game. Just like in option 2, the comic story is cut, but this time into puzzle pieces of different shapes and sizes. The puzzle pieces are posted in the board or the wall, or as an option, the pieces are placed in a box for students to rummage in. For the students, they have to find a certain number of puzzle pieces on the board or wall, which they then put together to form the story. The group then tells the story to the class. Now, students have to be careful and remember that not all pieces are useful for the story. For this variation, the comic story is presented to the students in its unfinished form, with the teacher cutting or covering the final frame, which reveals the ending. For this option, students take turns telling the story using simple past tense and past continuous verbs. They then think of a possible ending to the story before presenting it in the class. Now here's a tip. If you've taught modal verbs like could, might, and would, this is a great way for the class to revisit, review, and apply previously learned concepts. Students love roleplay. And what better way to get them excited, moving, thinking, speaking, laughing, and having fun than to have them perform a role play of the comic story. This could also work for the more timid students as they get to practice speaking with a partner or a team. In this option, students get the chance to tap into their creative juices as they fill the blank speech bubbles with their own words, as if they're really working as a comics writer. For this variation, similar to predicting the ending, students work together to think of another ending, different from the original one in the comics. It's amazing how students can come up with endings that vary with tone and emotion. The possibilities for endings are endless. To expand the activity, the teacher may introduce useful vocabulary for the story before or even after the storytelling segment. Asking questions and letting students answer with the vocabulary in focus allows students to better understand the vocabulary and the narrative. To maximize speaking opportunity for students, the teacher not only asks questions that test student comprehension of the story, but they should also ask critical thinking questions to encourage student sharing of real-life experiences. Teacher accommodations can be provided for vocabulary-challenged students by presenting the images or comics framed side by side with the vocabulary in focus to convey a closer association of the visuals and the vocabulary being introduced. So there you have it, just 7 of the many ways you can use comics for speaking activities. I'm sure you can expand this even more to suit your own classes. Hope you find the video useful or motivational enough. And if you like it, again, please hit the like and subscribe button and comment down below if you like more ESL teaching videos like this. Thanks for watching. Until then, bye-bye.